healthcare and education. So education,
Okay.
and dumber people
Okay.
who can't make enough money, so they suffer in poverty and they go bankrupt. I wasn't done with healthcare because healthcare like this. So let's say you do get something wrong with you, right? We just found out that my uncle, a man I love dearly, is just, here's how bad our medical system is. And by the way, our system is for profit, which means that they're always looking for how do they make the most money?
Mm-hmm.
Whereas a nationalized healthcare system would be for health, not for profit. So my uncle's in his 80s, and they found a small growing thing, prostate in 24.
Mm-hmm.
The doctor said, "Don't worry about it, man. It's too small to test right now. But your prostate will grow slow."
That's what happened to my mom.
A year and a half later, it is the most aggressive form, and they did nothing for it, and now they're going to have to hit it with harder stuff. Because, by the way, it's a lot more expensive. It's a lot more profit for them to wait till it's a problem and then throw everything at it than it is to fix it when it's cheap to fix. So why the fuck would we have a healthcare system in a capitalist society that actually benefited the people when the corporate assholes can make more money by actually letting you get sick? I just got this. Holy shit. They let you get sicker and sicker and cancer, sicker.
Right? That we can cure anything. I mean, science is incredible, but it's not lucrative for them to cure it. Cancer is a multi-billion-dollar business.
Right. However, this is why I want to hear people that go, "I got cancer. What'd you do?" "I went to Mexico and they cured it." I've heard that. We have a friend that had that happen. So now we've got sicker people who now not only are they giving you the most expensive procedure because they waited so long to cure you, you have to pay for it now. So you're in your 80s, all that money you earned in your lifetime, all that house that you suffered for 30 years to pay off, all that money in your retirement account, guess what? Now gets handed over to the medical business, gets handed over to the pharmaceutical companies.
And then you die.
And then you die broke, which means you didn't leave your kids anything. No generational, because you can't, you got to keep the slaves in order, man. You got to keep the $7.25 an hour slaves fucking doing their jobs. And if they had money, they wouldn't have to. Instead of transferring all that wealth to your kids, where they could have started a new business or done whatever with it, you basically now you're bankrupt now. You died bankrupt after an entire 80-year life of busting your ass because the system is set up to fuck you over.
Do you understand that? Our medical bankruptcy is higher than Mexico.
We're in the world. We're the number one in the world.
I know. I said that. I'm just Mexico. Making an illustration that Mexico has socialized medicine now.
So the system, so when all you guys are bitching about people getting free shit, immigrants bring in $7 trillion every 10 years and $1 trillion in taxes. That's $800 billion a year that immigrants brought to America. And guess what? They pay taxes, but don't get benefits. Now you keep hearing they do, but they don't. So this word communism that all the GOP is throwing out right now is a scare word. And by the way, it goes back to the 50s. Are we still this fucking stupid?
I do just want to also point out that Ronald Reagan granted the largest mass legalization to unauthorized immigrants in U.S. history.
12 million.
He signed the Immigration Reform and Control Act, the IRCA, in 1986. It granted legal status or amnesty to 3 million, between 2.7 and 3 million undocumented immigrants who had lived here.
I thought it was more than that. Was it only 3 million?
2.7 to 3.
Oh my God! What about did it make it easier?
But that
citizenship?
was undocumented.
So documented, they became citizens, right?
Yeah, he gave them amnesty because even he, saw that benefit, and it's a massive benefit. And they pay into. I just had to do a continuing education class for CASA, and I chose one of my credits to be the immigration system under Trump and how it's adversely affecting youth in the foster system. And it was really awful. But really learning about how much it is costing us to deport these people, not just the physical deportation, but also the Social Security that they were paying into, the Medicare that they were paying into
Taxes.
while they were trying to go through the process of getting citizenship. Yes, they were assigned a social security number that they used to pay taxes that they were not eligible to get benefits from.
The food they were producing.
Yeah.
The lower end of work that needed to be done that they were willing to do is now not getting done. You got businesses fucking can't find workers. And guess who's not doing the work? White people are not coming in. White people aren't walking out into a cabbage patch and going, all right, we're going to start picking. We're only going to do this 12, 14 hours, right? And then we're done. So it's across the board. This guy's doing the dumbest shit based on one idea. Racism. It's just racism, and if you can hate immigrants in a country, and I'll say this again, I say it on stage, designed by immigrants, built by immigrants, founded by immigrants, become the number one nation in the world because of immigrants, and you fucking hate immigrants, even though your family at one point was immigrants, get the fuck out of my country. You don't understand what America was built on. You don't understand America, period. So we can see that all this shit that they're cutting has caused all these other problems. And I remember when Reagan did this, I remember them saying, that there was going to be a huge homeless explosion now, and they're going to be crazy. And that's exactly what we have now. Then we started. So we're not a communist country. No one's a communist. Socialism, no, we're capitalist. However, we do believe to keep the capitalist system working, we should do, what Jesus and the Bible says. Help others. They don't. They can't seem to. They can't. I'm a Christian. Well, let's help the homeless. Fuck you. It doesn't make any sense to me.
It actually, I said this to you today because you were talking about handouts, and I said, well, I do believe.
Oh, you're talking about medical stuff. Yeah. Did Jesus?
In general, I believe in handouts because that's what Jesus did.
That's what I was saying. Jesus didn't go like this. Didn't go, I want to heal your blindness. However,
he
fill this
copay.
form out. It's a copay.
PPO or
nope, sorry.
HMO.
Keep bumping into the walls, fucker. Sorry, can't do it. God bless you.
Lazarus. You're out. Stay straight. You were talking about the, they all say, because that's what Trump and all of his racist people pump up, meaning the leaders that he has put into positions of power that, speak to news channels and on the Hill and whatever. They all talk about people scamming. It's all about the scam, the Social Security scam, the election scam, it's all the others.
And they'll be mad.
Scamming.
They'll be mad like, oh, there's this mother. She was supposed to get $350 a month, but she actually changed some things and she gets $600 a month now. Oh my God. She needs to go to prison. And yet we have Rick Scott. Bring up Rick Scott. Rick Scott did the biggest Medicare fraud in history, and he's currently still in office. And it wasn't $600 a week. How much was it?
Well, but also Donald Trump just made $1.3 billion on his own crypto in violation of the Constitution while he's in office. And y'all are upset about one person getting twice the Social Security benefits to total like $1,200 in Georgia. Nobody gives a shit about the billion. What about Musk?